Hey there, YouTube. This is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video, comic book edition. Before Christmas and New Year's, I decided to make a quick stop at my comic shop, pick up all the comic books that were there for the last this is like 3 weeks worth of comic books. So like always, whenever I do a comic run, I like sharing it with you guys. So let's get started. First off, I picked up Action Comics issue 4. Introducing the New Universe Metallo and Steel, John Henry Irons Steel. Um, Still not a big. I still hate the freaking costume. Grant Morrison run is not doing it for me. I'm still not convinced on this book. Next issue 5, is going to be like a story in Krypton. They're going to pause this storyline, go to Krypton, and then they're going to come back in issue 7, I think. I'm definitely considering dropping this. As big a fan as I am of Superman, I'm just not digging Action Comics, and I still don't know how they justify the $3.99 price point. It's the same number of pages as all the other books. I'm not liking Action Comics, so that one might actually be gone. Picked up Amazing Spider-Man issue 675, continuing the Vulture storyline, where the Vulture, old Vulture, Adrian Toomes, has his own gang of thugs doing his dirty work. But they implement a new aspect of the Vulture's, powers that I thought was really interesting. Dan Slott's still doing awesome work with Spider-Man and his cast of characters. Really digging Spider-Man. And this is issue, again, 675, so we got like 25 issues. And Spider-Man will reach 700, so I thought that was really interesting. Picked up a Venom issue 10, and yes, that is Venom in Captain America's bike. Flash Thompson's identity is still compromised by the Crime Master and Jack-o'-lantern, so he decides to go rogue and go after them. Let's see how that plays out, because supposedly he couldn't be bonded to the symbiote too long. Otherwise, they would be permanently bonded. So now he's a rogue, and it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. But really like the Venom series. Rick Remender is doing really good things with Flash Thompson's and the suit. So yeah, really like that one. Picked up Astonishing X-Men issue 44. Yes, Cyclops is kissing Storm. But Cyclops is actually abducted, and he gets thrown in along with these other alternate versions of X-Men members. So I've mentioned this before. I'm a huge sucker for what if stories. So yeah, I was thinking of dropping Astonishing X-Men, but I'm gonna continue this storyline because I'm really interested in all those alternate versions. So there you go. Like I mentioned, I picked up the first issue of Avengers Extinction. Cable is revealed to be alive, no surprise there. And after Second Coming, he gets stuck like in limbo, but he meets up with an old Cable character that tells him that Hope was killed by the Avengers. So now, instead of, I don't know, visiting Utopia and talking to Hope or something, he decides to go after the Avengers, and in this one he goes after Cap, and apparently by the end of the issue, he shoots Cap on the head. So, yeah, don't know how this is gonna work out, but the artwork by Ed McGuinness is freaking awesome. We'll see how it goes. It's a 4-issue series, so I'll pick that one up. Picked up Batman and Robin issue 4. Awesome Batman book. I love what they're doing with Damian and the dynamic with Bruce Wayne. Peter J. Tomasi and Patrick Gleason doing really good work. I just really like Batman and Robin. Picked up Detective Comics issue 4. Another series. I'm sorry, that I'm really thinking of dropping. Picked up issue 4 because it had that cliffhanger where Batman's gonna fight a whole bunch of Jokers. He stops the Puppet Master, but he gets away, and they don't really explain what happened with the Joker. So, yeah, definitely thinking of dropping Detective. Picked up the massive 100-page 50th anniversary 600th issue extravaganza of Fantastic Four. Oh, that was a mouthful. Basically they're gonna split FF and Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is gonna start running again. Big spoiler if you haven't heard about this, but it's not really a surprise. It turns out that the Human Torch is not dead. He was a prisoner of an alias in the negative zone. Yeah, no surprise there. Knew that was coming a mile away. I knew there was no way that he was gonna stay dead for that long, but uh, big things are happening. The Kree are invading Earth, as well as the negative zone is invading Earth. Plus, they still have to deal with the Inhumans. Just, a whole bunch of stuff happening. I'm gonna have to continue picking up Fantastic Four now. And what used to be Fantastic Four, the Future Foundation, is split up into its own series. All the kids, plus Dragon Man of the Future Foundation, uh, escape and teleport to Latveria, where they meet up with Doctor Doom and one of the remaining alternate Reeds. So they decide that they're gonna try to help each other, and the artwork is really, really bad in this one. I am not a fan of the artwork of this book, but it's a Doctor Doom storyline, so I'll pick up as far as they conclude and free Doctor Doom. But that's pretty much it. I'm dropping that one. Picked up Green Lantern issue 4. Green Hal Jordan, who was disintegrated on the last issue, is reformed in this one. Sinestro and Hal Jordan are thrown in the jail of the Sinestro Corps. Hal Jordan has this idea to make Sinestro create a power ring for everyone in Sinestro's planet, but of course, being oppressed by Sinestro is gonna come back to bite him in the ass because all of the new created lanterns are after him. So now he's got to deal with the Sinestro Corps and those Green Lanterns he created. So really interesting. Picked up the New Guardians issue 3. Kyle Rayner, by the end of issue 2, got turned into this ultimate Green Lantern, who had control of all the other Spectres of Light. But his human body couldn't contain so much power, so, the Guardians basically whip representatives of all the other corps. But by the end of the issue, Larfleeze comes into town, so yeah, definitely still gonna pick up that one. Picked up Superman 3. Again, it's better than Action Comics, but I'm not liking the Superman book. Even though it is written by George Perez and the artwork is actually pretty good, but not liking this. I still like it better than Action though. Picked up Swamp Thing issue 4, another series that I'm liking, but not that much. Swamp Thing, Alec Bolan and the girl from last issue are still trying to track down the kid that can mutate people. Like I said, it's an interesting issue. I kind of like it, but at the same time, I kind of don't. We'll see. We'll see. That one's still in my maybe pile. Picked up X-Men Legacy issue 259. Beautiful cover with Magneto, Rogue, and Gambit. Just love this cover. They're still dealing with the fallout of what happened in that Shi'ar space station. They're trying to reintroduce Lorna and Havoc and Rachel into the new Utopia thing, and it's planting the seeds kind of late into the game, but it's planting the seeds for the whole split between Wolverine and Cyclops. So I really, really like X-Men Legacy. I really dig the series a lot. Picked up Uncanny X-Men issue 2. The whole city of San Francisco has been mutated into Sinisters. The thing is that when they kill a Sinister, another Sinister takes its place. But the big thing is that Sinister removed the head from the sleeping Celestial in San Francisco, and that kind of left, it made a beacon call, so all the other Celestials in the universe are racing towards Earth, so they have to stop Sinister and put that head back on. Otherwise, they're going to have a big, big issue with the Celestials, and I don't think Cyclops' team can deal with that. But I'm liking it. I'm liking the artwork by Pacheco is really cool, and so far the story is really good. So The stakes are high at least, so I'm really liking that. Picked up Witchblade 150. The end, literally the end of an era. This is Ron Mars and Stefan Sejic's last issue in Witchblade. I actually reserved the Stefan Sejic cover, but they were sold out, so I was only able to get this one. I don't like this cover. It's okay, but it's not a Stefan Sejic cover. Basically, Sarah has, it even says her at the end of an era. Basically, Sarah Pacini has to decide whether if she wants to still be a cop, which was her, like lifelong dream, or be the bearer of the Witchblade. As the bearer of the Witchblade, she can protect people from threats that not anyone else can protect them from. And as a cop, she's basically doing what she loves to do. Big spoiler, big spoiler. At the end of the issue, she decides to give up being a cop. So she's gonna dedicate herself as the Witchblade, which is gonna be a big problem because as a cop, she could basically cover up anything she did with the Witchblade. Now that she's not a cop, she doesn't have the that luxury, and it's gonna be really interesting to see what they do with Witchblade now. But I'm really gonna miss this creative team. It's the best Witchblade has ever had. So yeah. I'm still gonna pick up Witchblade because I love the characters and the magic thing, but it's a big loss for that title because they were really freaking awesome. Picked up a Wolverine 19. Wolverine is still with Gorilla Man and still dealing with dragons and the like. Concludes his adventure through that. Just really good story. Picked up X-Men Wolverine and the X-Men issue 2. They're still trying to deal with all the madness that is happening. Jason Aaron doing really good writing on this. I'm liking this, and Chris Bachalo. His artwork is not for everyone, but I personally dig the artwork. They're exploring more about the powers of Iceman. Again, they're exploring what Iceman can do and everything. So, a really good series. I really liked it. And the last pickup is Shonen Jump, issue 107. Like I mentioned before, this is ending in April with the March issue, or is it ending in March with the April issue? Something like that. But they're going to stop publishing Shonen Jump in physical form and it's going to go all digital. But I was still able to get a free comic book. All the series I love. Siren, One Piece, Bleach and Naruto. Really like this. Good issue. So yeah, that was the pickup video, the comic book pickup video. Like always, like to make the recommendation, the standout gems of the haul. And I'm going to go with Witchblade. It's a good send-off to the creative team. I really like this. Really interesting to see what the future holds for Sarah Pacini and the Witchblade and Gleason and Hope and everyone. The creative team is actually going to jump to Artifacts. That's going to be monthly, so I'm going to pick up that. Because, like I said, love what Ron Mars did with the whole Top Cow universe, and just really good. So, pick up Witchblade. I've seen the Steven Sejic cover. That one is totally badass. If you can get that one, get it, because it's selling out like hotcakes. But yeah, just really good. So again, like always, thank you so much for watching. Until I see you all again, this is Vargas XX78 signing off.